Hey there, I'm Lynn Brazil from Evolving Table. We're all about making doable and delicious recipes that are also healthy for you. And today is actually the very first video in a series I like to call Pleasing Picky Eaters, where we're going to take one of my loved ones, a food they claim they don't like to eat yet, and then see if we cannot come up with a dish they can't help but fall in love with. But I'll be real here. I think I might have bitten off just a little bit more than I can chew because y'all, this is going to be an incredibly challenging first case. My beloved husband loves just about every single vegetable under the sun. He even starts his day off by blending up a bunch of spinach, kale, collard greens, you name it, and then drinks about 50 ounces of it throughout the morning. But lately, he's been turning up his nose at like every single cauliflower dish I make. Roasted cauliflower. Meh. Mashed cauliflower. Cauliflower soup? Blech. I was just about to throw in the towel last week after yet another failed attempt when it occurred to me, why not give it just one last shot? Because if this works, then I will finally get to enjoy one of my favorite vegetables. Yeah, guys, I know I'm weird. I will get to enjoy one of my favorite vegetables anytime I want. And I also feel pretty good that I finally cracked this seemingly impossible code. So if you're ready to get to starting. So if you're ready to get to cooking, then come on in and let's get started. I think I've got it. Let's see if we can change his hardened heart with a cauliflower au gratin. Au gratin, or you can say au gratin like we do down here in the South. It's a French word that simply means by grating. So either Brussels sprouts, potatoes, cauliflower, you name it, the dish is simply prepared with grated cheese and or breadcrumbs on top and then baked in the oven until golden brown and crispy. Most of these recipes I'm seeing here are starting by pre-cooking the cauliflower by boiling and then blanching or even steaming it. But I have a feeling that's gonna end up giving us a super watery and soggy gratin. And the hubby, he is a huge, I'm talking huge texture person. So this ain't gonna fly. We're gonna have to come up with something different. I'm cutting the florets into bite-sized pieces here, but not child-sized bites. You want more like lumberjack-sized bites. They're also all about the same size. If you've got a mishmash of sizes, some will be super soft and others will be undercooked. Now we're just gonna add them to a large baking dish. A 9 by 13 inch should work just fine, and toss them with a bit of oil, olive or avocado, a little salt, and some black pepper. I've already got my oven preheated to 425 degrees. Most vegetables can be roasted at higher heats of somewhere between 375 and 425 degrees Fahrenheit. You just need to watch them for when they're done. We'll pop them in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. We want the cauliflower to get soft, but not cook all of the way through. Next, we're gonna make that cheesy cream sauce. You'll see why I use those rabbit ears here in just a little bit. We'll start off by making a sort of roux. That's really just a fancy way of saying mixing together equal parts fat and flour in order to create a thickener for our sauce. Place a large skillet or saucepan over medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of butter. You can also use oil and a clove of crushed garlic. Saute that for about a minute, just long enough for that garlic to get nice and golden brown and a little bit fragrant. Reduce heat to medium-low so we don't scorch the flour. Sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of flour. You can use regular all-purpose or a gluten-free 1-to-1 blend and whisk it for a couple of minutes. And whisk it real good. You can stop whisking when a thick paste forms. I just remembered I totally forgot to leave out the milk so it can come to room temperature. If you add in cold liquid to a hot skillet, that flour is gonna end up clumping together instead of turning out smooth and creamy. I think I've got a little trick I can try. A little less than a minute in there should do it. I've chosen to use cashew milk here today. I know. I'm going to add in some cheese in the sauce anyways, so why not add in the heavy cream? Honestly, I just had to call it somewhere, and by using cashew milk instead of heavy cream, it cuts the amount of dairy in the dish by more than half. Add in the milk about 1/4 cup at a time over the course of 4 to 5 minutes and whisk after each addition. By doing this slowly, it gives the sauce enough time to thicken up. This is looking pretty good right now. I've poured in about 1.5 cups of milk and the sauce is nice and thick. If I add in any more, I think it's gonna end up too runny. Now for the cheese. The Hubs is a huge cheddar fan. I mean, that would be the obvious choice. But apparently what I've been doing isn't working. I've got to switch things up a little bit. Up-level this flavor game and use a little bit of Gruyere and Parmesan cheese. Before we add in the cheese, let's turn off the heat so we don't burn it. We need a little bit of seasonings to add to this sauce to really keep his taste buds guessing. I'm a little unfamiliar with what pairs well with cauliflower and Gruyere cheese, so I'm gonna have to reference my flavor Bible for this one. Okay, I think I've got it. And of course, a little salt to enhance all of those flavors. We'll give it a good stir, and yep, cauliflower is ready just in time. Look at how golden and crisp that's looking. Oh my gosh, fingers crossed that the sauce does not make it too soggy. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is looking gorgeous. Now we just gotta pop it back into that oven for about, oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot the topping. Okay, that would have been an absolutely terrible mistake. So for the topping, I'm just gonna mix together like a little bit of Parmesan cheese, about 1/4 cup, with equal parts breadcrumbs. This is my go-to gluten-free brand, but just use whatever breadcrumbs you have. You can also use all Parmesan cheese if you're on a low-carb diet. Here we go. Now to just pop it back into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, but bring the oven temperature down to 400 degrees so the cheeses don't burn. Okay, the moment of truth here. Oh no, it looks okay, but it's like just a little soggy. Oh no, he's home. Okay, let's think. Okay, I think I know. I think it's gonna work. Okay.
That smells delicious.
Oh, you wanna try a little bite?
Yeah, I would love to.
Cauliflower in our house. If you're a fan of cauliflower too, or maybe you just got your loved one on board with this recipe, then you'll definitely want to check out this other easy cauliflower dish. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one.
Cauliflower? What in tarnation? Why does it taste so good?